Good morning, my name is Jamie Stevens. I am the construction project manager for the city's waterfront development, and I want to run through some updates of where we stand today with the project and show you some of the progress that's been made. In the background here you see one of many stormwater elements in the project. You'll see plantings. These are designed to filter stormwater and make it clean to be discharged into the Cochecho. And as we progress through here, you'll see some progress that's been made. The plantings have propagated as far as the trees go. A lot of the finish elements are now, starting to button up on this, and we're going to go through the whole project, and I'll point out some things along the way. Since the last time we met, this ornamental fence was installed on the bridgehead wall, which didn't exist prior to. We also modified the approach to the Macomb Bridge guide rail. And as you can see, the plants and the trees are starting to take off now as they mature. As we approach the bridge here, you'll see this concrete pad. This is part of a project that's going to become a revolving art exhibit. There are 3 within this project, and I believe there's more to be placed in the Henry Law Park project when we start that one. So welcome to Nebby Park. This is the official gateway to the park entrance. The sign is in place because of the construction process that's ongoing. One of the things I want to do is just take a walk down here and point out another stormwater feature. Follow me. So this area here is like a picnic area to recreate and enjoy your lunch. There's a stormwater feature that actually filters the surface water from this area before it goes into the stormwater system. These concrete bases here will eventually be the site of the Nebby Park sign. Much like you see around the rest of the city, each park entrance has a sign designating the name of the park, and this one will be placed here at the entrance. You see all the plantings are starting to propagate here and mature. The sod and grass is starting to grow. Here's another revolving art pad, number 2 of 3. The last time you were here, we didn't actually have the railings installed for these stairs, and you'll see these as we go through. There's 2 sets of stairs that are complete now, with the last remaining set of stairs adjacent the Pavilion building. So the crews have begun to mount the park benches that exist all through the park area. You'll notice it's offset. It's offset for 2 reasons. One, ADA parking spot, and also a stroller area for a parent to park their stroller and sit and enjoy the water and what have you. You notice some taller grass here. So this section of the park is turf grass, and this was intentionally put here. It's a special seed mix which has a lot of wild flowers and a lot of color. The height of the grass you see now is what's called winter rye. That's put in place to vegetate and allow the stuff below to mature and propagate. That'll be trimmed back, and then there'll be a random array of flowers. There's so many different kinds. The same treatment is along the top of the wall here against the river. It's called a meadowland mix, and it's designed to have wildflowers and show some color and whatnot. As we see here, we'll come up on the second set of granite stairs. I pointed out the first set. You'll see the stair rail here, but there's also ADA access here, which allows ADA compliant access to that riverwalk platform there with some sitting benches and whatnot, so you can get close to the water. Probably another thing that's added is all the park lighting. All this accent lighting and convenience lighting along the street. There's two different types. These are like a gooseneck. They're all LED, low watt usage. And then up on the street, the convenience lights along the street area are similar to everything in the downtown area, the Silver Street area. There was some added to 5th and Grove Street. All these are on a photo eye. They automatically come on and off. Some of these lights, like these ones in this pathway here, will have a timer, so they're not on all night. They're designed to go off at a certain hour. Here's a second set of granite stairs. This is a 2-level one. You'll see the handrails installed. We're going to enter the area which we refer to as the overlook. The overlook has a flagpole. A neat feature about the flagpole is the head of it actually rotates to the prevailing wind, so the flag is lighted at all times. There's a couple of sitting benches here, which you can sit. They're called backless sitting benches. You can sit on either side of them to enjoy the street side, or if you want to look at the water. Another interesting detail is this granite inlaid stone of the city seal. Now we're entering the real active part of the construction. Again, another area of the meadowland grass designed to break up the landscape, provide a little color, all natural wildflowers. You can see a bunch of daisies down on the shoreline area down here. It's a similar seed mix, again with the winter rye there to vegetate, and then as the winter rye dies off, the seed and stuff in the below can propagate and mature. So we're coming up on the site of the 400th sculpture. This was completely fundraised by the 400th committee. This is the mounting place. This is called River Roots. It was installed several weeks ago. As we get up here a little bit further, I'll show you some other stuff. As I mentioned, this is the real active part of the construction site. You'll see the Cameron's folks installing some shrubbery, doing some planting bed adjustments here. This is yet another stormwater treatment system. This is called a 4-bay system. And again, it's designed to filter out all the bad stuff from the street, the silt, the sand, the oils and whatnot, and provide clean water, which is then discharged into the Cochecho River down in the back. A neat little element too, right here is like it's a sitting wall. It's designed to have people come down, sit, and enjoy the waterfront. All these granite steps over here. It's intentionally random set, looks rustic, and it's a nice comfortable spot to enjoy the waterfront. As we get a little closer here, you'll see the handrails now installed for this. You see this patio paver section, the first part of many. This paver element is all around the front of the pavilion, down the sidewalk, which I'll point out when we get down there. And as you can see, we have the paver sidewalk starting down there. In the corner there, you'll see three elements, two that are installed, one that's yet to be installed. Those are swing benches. It's a neat little element they added to the park to give it a little bit of culture and a little bit of character. We're coming up on the now completed Pavilion building. This is a city-owned building. Open air, open space. It's designed for people to come, enjoy. There will be furniture in there, Adirondack chairs around the outside. And as you can see, you take a peek down, the paver contractor here is making his way back to the stairs. The railing will be installed here on the stairwell. And we'll get a bird's eye view. You see a nice little planting box that was made there right outside the door. We'll get a bird's eye view of what's going on out back. It may be a little noisy, I apologize. Also, these trees were added here in the Pavilion Plaza area. These will propagate and provide shade for these nice sitting benches that are already installed here. Come on inside, Mike. We'll just kind of walk around the outside. There are going to be a couple of public restrooms here. This will be furniture, tables, and chairs. Around the outside here, we'll have Adirondack chairs facing the river. You can see the plaza area back here starting to take shape. The paver install's in progress. The nice planting bed here that Cameron's is actually working on now. You can see where the paver sidewalk is going to blend into this plaza area back here. You can see the post for the handrail that's going to exist all the way around the outside of that granite wall. And this is the area that we restored to the condition it was many, many years ago. The resident might recall there was a sheet pile wall there. We found various stages of degradation, and we needed to react to that. So we extended the original, many, many years ago, granite wall that was there, and it was removed in a period of time. We restored it to what it used to be. So we're standing in the gateway entrance to the plaza area. This is designed to be able to see the water all the way through from the street side. Actually, this is high ceilings, intentionally wide open, well lit. All the lighting in this building is also on a photo eye, so it turns off and on by itself. There's some neat features. There's downward facing lighting, there's upward facing lighting, these cans on the top, so it illuminates the top of the gateway. As you can see, the paver contractor is installing the main field out here. The tree wells have all been installed. As we come out of the south side over here, again, there'll be more tables and chairs in here. And then this is the other paver walkway that I described. It kind of comes back down and approaches the paddle dock area. Couple more bike racks here. There's bike racks in various locations throughout the project. You can see some backless platform benches that'll be placed down in this plaza area out back. There's a lot of moving parts right now. We're pushing to hit the finish line here. As you can see, this newly installed sod is actually, the contractor is going to install the rest of this sod today. This sod was installed last week. Coming along nicely. It's kind of an instant effect. Rather than waiting for the grass to grow, it's already grown. We just have to make sure it continues to grow. This walkway again will have an accent lighting pole that's not installed yet. And then we're starting to approach the paddle dock area now, which is in the water. It's not technically open to the public. We will be having a ribbon cutting soon, mid-July. Look for notification of that. But as of right now, this is still an active construction zone. So we ask that the general public kind of stay out of this particular area in and around the Pavilion building. So this is another concrete walkway, which is oversized intentionally to be able to provide access to the back of the plaza. There's also an approach here for the paddle dock area. As you can see, the paddle dock's in place. Another little element here is this landscape swale to prevent runoff off this larger sidewalk. And then you'll notice the sidewalk that extends this way, this sidewalk meets this way. There's also a more rustic pathway I'll take you on down here next to the river. Again, we're well under construction right now, but this is a concrete stone dust walkway. This exists all along the edge of the river from here until the project limit. This is designed to get the user closer to nature, closer to the water, to see the animals like ducks and stuff on the dock over there. There's still some plantings that have to happen in this area, a little bit more grass that needs to be applied. And then you might recall we're entering the area which I showed last, probably fall. You see the plants have taken hold, these nice bark mulch beds. More plantings on this side. And as you can see, everything is starting to mature and grow. This is part of a really extensive effort that we undertook, trying to reestablish a living shoreline area, which was eroding quite regularly, much like back where we installed that new section of granite toe wall. But as we get down through here, you'll see the plants. Those are all intentionally placed there to try to vegetate against erosion. And that's why a lot of the plants up here also, the more vegetated it is, the more control you have for erosion. coming up on the only residential construction on site right now. This is a future site of what we're calling Building F. It's a 43 unit condominium building, also being built by our private partner Cathartis. As we get down into this vegetated area, we're going to walk up on yet another stormwater feature. So the whole idea with stormwater, it's to basically collect, retain, filter, and then gradually release so that we control the sedimentation, discharge, and again, the oils and street matter that might come down through the catch basins. Also in the catch basins, there are a specific kind. There's double graded catch basins with a concrete weir in the side, which basically they're designed to kind of overflow the weir and all the debris settles there. And then it continues into these more advanced features. So there's like several layers that we installed on this project to make sure that we're putting the cleanest stormwater we can back in the Cochecho River. Down through here, we'll see some more stone benches. These are intentionally placed here, again, to get that rustic feel. The user can enjoy their lunch next to the water and so forth. And this is a transition area as well. The user will actually get up on a concrete sidewalk, which actually runs parallel to this construction site that's active now. And then down along the river here, this little winding pathway continues, and then we'll intersect this new concrete walkway down the pathway here. Right here is the spillway. Again, when I said stormwater, the object is to slow the stormwater down, collect it, and then discharge. That allows everything to settle out. As you can see, this spillway here is significantly higher than the water level, so basically it just retains it and then releases gradually through the filter in the ground. In a storm situation, it can discharge to relieve itself, but it also, there's riprap placed here to prevent erosion and whatnot. Again, tons and tons of plantings in this area. There's huckleberry and blueberry, and it's all designed to get the user of this path, you know, up front and close to nature. Random stone placement, just another like element that we put in. This area here that we're coming up on was another area kind of prone to erosion, which we've basically fortified with a core log and purposely placed plantings here in this area. And then you'll see up along the pathway, we reinforced it with stone, and then we provided a pathway for the actual natural runoff to enter this system here, which prevents any runoff from spilling over the walkway, causing more erosion on the shoreline. Again, all this vegetation was placed here intentionally. It's going to actually, as it matures, it fills in the area, kind of hiding a nice bark mulch bed, but also stabilizes all this ground. Again, there's blueberries and various plantings through this area. We're still in the tuning process. You'll see some that need to be replaced that didn't take. Not all of them take, but we'll correct that as we go. Here's the intersection of a concrete sidewalk here above us that comes from the street level. We're intentionally not installing this to allow the private partner to do their construction and not worry about city installed property being damaged during the construction process. We intentionally left the front of that building blank to sidewalk, curbing, and plantings as well. So as you can see, this equipment can traverse the area and do their job effectively. And this is the final intersection of path. This is going from like the more rustic stone dust path to this area here will be concrete sidewalk, which will extend from the street all the way to this little bridge down in the back, installed over this ravine. And then on the other side of the bridge is another loop trail that's going to be constructed of the same material, this rustic stone dust, that'll allow the walker to go out in the middle of nature out here in the woods and enjoy another viewing point of the river down the river here. And then these residents, obviously a place to walk. So I'm standing on what's now the new River Street. River Street was re-obligated to this loop road that goes all the way around the project, around the Pavilion area, and then back out to Seaport Way. Another interesting element, the private developer had this wonderful mural painted here, which is indicative of what you see here. You see the kayak on the wall, dragonflies, herring, which is you see regularly in the river as well. It's a nice little touch they put there for the resident and even the public to enjoy. We're approaching some more of the unfinished areas. Like, we intentionally didn't finish this area to allow the construction process to take place without having to worry about damaging already installed work. This is a nice element to the building as well. I believe this is obligated for like kayaks and boat storage for the residents of the buildings. As you can see, a lot more cars here than what used to be here. The plantings on the private side of the development are all starting to come in, tying everything together from the private side of the work to the public side of the work. We're going to walk up through what we call the townhouse group. This is another lease product that the developer has built. I believe there's 23 of these. You'll see the site contractor installing a rather large retaining wall behind the building to retain the earth from our neighbor up on the hill. This is the other entrance to what we call the bowl between buildings C and D. You'll see gated the parking area. You'll see a backside of these townhouses. They're all identical, have drive under parking for one space and another space behind each one. And now we're coming back out to the intersection of Seaport Way. So we're back out to Seaport Way here. There's another future site for yet another building. Also, I forgot to mention, back at Payne Street, there's another proposed building that runs parallel with Payne Street. We're going to walk down to the beginning of the park again. And as I get back to where we entered Nebby Park, there's another stormwater feature. These are a curb inlet catch basin with a granite curb weir in the middle, which is designed again to collect and slow down stormwater flow before it enters the system. And then it will go out to the outfall cleaned, and the cleanest possible water we can enter back into the Cochecho without sedimentation. This is a closer look at that other stormwater feature that I talked about before. You'll see there's a collection grate with a filtration system that then settles in this bed right here. This is an overflow for it, but there's drainage beneath this surface here, and it's designed to basically filter any kind of water that comes off that stabilized area into here before it goes into the stormwater system and then eventually discharges into the Cochecho River. And now we're back to where we started. Hope you enjoyed your tour.